mistakes he's made, challenges he's had, and successes he's had, and things that worked, and things that didn't. And I was like literally lying in bed on this man. She was knocked out. She's like, really, y'all still on the phone? I said, yeah. Man, I had the phone like this. And I'm making these deep, deep mental notes. And then these things that turn into success. I can't really explain it. But what I can do is write it all down as best I can and enumerate it. So whoever wants it can put it down. ABC, 1, 2, 3, and go get it. Now, we're going back to my original story. We're going to have varying degrees of success. Because I can't talk like Nate Hines, Mr. Best Closet, that Nate Hines baritone. I don't have that. I got this Mike Galco horse. And so we can't duplicate the Nate Hines baritone. We can't duplicate the Southern accent. And Nate's tall, too. He's a big guy. He's like 6'3", 4. So he's tall. He looks real big when standing next to me. I look like I fell out of his pocket. He's a tall guy. Mr. Best, a tall guy. I can't duplicate that 6'2" big old dude. I can't duplicate that. But what can I duplicate? I can duplicate, hey, Ty, okay, what do you do right here? And you might ask him, I'll let him speak for himself. I literally say, very often, still to this day, 8 years later, you think I got it, right? You think I'm the man on there, right? I still say, Ty, what do I need to do right here? What do I need to do right here? And he's like, man, I want to do this, that, or the other. Okay, got it. I want to defend myself sometimes. Pick up the phone, call me. Hi. These people saying this about me on social media. All I really want to do, bro, is I just want to go out and kind of put out the truth. He said, Mike, don't punch down. I'm like, huh? Don't punch down. What? Why you gotta answer them? And he'll say some other things I won't repeat. I mean, nice things like about where I am in my career. He said, man, don't let your heart get you in trouble. You here. They're here. Why you gonna come off the mountain and fight that battle? It's not even a real fight. And he's like, just do this. And I just don't do it. And the team keeps growing and success keeps showing up in people in the organization. He said, stay focused on the mission. Don't fight those little, these are little things, guys. So before I'm gonna get into training, before I do, let me go upline. Will you allow me to do this? Let me go upline with a half a story, and I promise I'm gonna come back and do this world-class training that's gonna knock your socks off. I'm gonna introduce Nate Hines. Now, this part right here is a trip. There's only one way I can say this, and it's gonna say it in a way that if your heart's not right, you'll just be annoyed with me right now, and you will think I'm boasting. So I'm just gonna say it as kind as I can. I'm one of the top 5 producers in GS Partners, and I might be in the top 10 network marketing producers in the world. True story, it's documented. But I didn't come to this training tonight to teach. I came to be here. And it's 300, a little over 300 people out of 90,000 people on this training. Nope, not for congratulations, Michelle Sheila. I'm not here for applause. I'm here to illustrate something. That I can be at that echelon of my game right now and still come to practice. And for those of you that are here at practice tonight, I applaud you. You are in the 0.1/1000th of a percentile that's on this training tonight. To hear from somebody who has documented their success in this industry. I have all the same challenges you all have. I still have people calling me, knowing how much success we're having here at GS Partners. They still try to recruit me into another little deal that's just starting. They watch me. They know I'm on the council. They know I'm helping to steer this company. I was asking Mr. Best some suggestions for us before we finally do our official launch. And I promise you, I'm taking those strategies. I already talked to council, and they're already leaning towards what he said. That's how seminal and vital this training is. You've got Mike Dalco, Nate Hines, and Ty Best on this call, and you're here. So you say, well, what are the other 89,700 people doing? I don't even care. that's the mindset that makes you win in this business. So that being said, I want to introduce my sponsor, Mr. Nate Hines. Let him come out and have some words, and then we're going to let him introduce Mr. Best. Let him have some words, and I'm going to do this monster training. I would strongly encourage you to send text out to your team tonight, because whoever's on this training tonight is going to be way ahead of people who are not. And if they're on your team, it's going to jump you way ahead as far as duplication to get to your goals and dreams. So, Mr. Nate Hines, are you with us tonight, sir?
Yes, sir. I absolutely am. Might be a little dark in my room, but I am. I'm extremely excited to hear you play the game. And I know whenever you bring something, it's going to be awesome because, I keep sharing it, and I cannot stress it enough the timing where we are. And where we are this time, this moment, we're in an industry where we're the pioneers of it. So you're talking about we're pioneering the industry, we're pioneering a company, and the whole world of crypto, all this stuff is where we are. And we are positioned so good, so awesome, so amazing right now. I'm blown away, but also to have it right now, like Mr. Michael Dalco just shared with y'all, we definitely want to see these numbers go up on the platform. We want to start texting people right now, give people a chance, because whenever he started training and started teaching, he shared some stuff with y'all tonight. And I know at times when you get somebody of his magnitude, this level in your leadership, and you hear from him every day, all the time, it becomes common. And I'm gonna share with you, since I've been in this industry, you don't see this. You don't see a person of this magnitude, this level of leadership, that's right there in the trenches with his team. I honestly share this with you because most of the time, if a person gets to, let's say 10, 15, when they say I get a 20,000 a month, they know they feel they've arrived in this industry, and you don't. They start stepping away. They start trying to put themselves on a. And the thing here, we got so much to go, so much to build for. We haven't even scratched the surface on what we're about to have here at Wealth Builders Worldwide and GS Partners. So I'm excited. I'm putting my pad and all this stuff out because I am ready. But one thing I want to do as well, because I'm excited, because when you start talking about Mr. Best being on the platform as well on Sunday evening, he's always putting the everything. But to have this man speak on a Sunday evening, it's just a blessing, because you see the Tennessee behind me and all that good stuff. But when you got Mr. Best and Michael Dalco, I just love it. Like you say, if he starts talking, I go to listen. And that's why I share with you, everybody is on this platform. You want to act like business. Right now, you're in class. And I share with people, this is not an overnight thing. Everybody looks at where people are today. They feel like it's just happened. No, this is class. So you want to get in class. This is going to be your 4-year.
Of course, yeah, I'm here. Thank you, Mr. Hines and Mr. Dalco. Look, I was here early because I'm just, Mr. Dalco said a couple things. I'm gonna say something, Mr. Hines. I was telling somebody earlier today. I said, let me get this straight. I said, people like yourself, Mr. Hines, Mr. Dalco, Roger Williams, Kenesha Glaspie, in the world of wealth builders, we are the leadership and the top income earners, right? And we plug in everything. Everything. And I'm just shocked how some people can think they can pick and choose or not be here. And so I want to applaud the people here. We're not going to talk about the people who didn't make it. Let's applaud the people who are here. Because I'm anchored in the fact that the scripture says one can put 1,000 flight, two can put 10,000. Well, what can 4,500 do? We changed the world. We changed the whole freaking world. So it's not about who doesn't make it. It's about you making sure that you are present. You control the things you can control, and you control what you do. You control getting the package. You control how many coins you acquire. And you can control making sure that you are present at every single event. I missed last night's, no, I didn't change back. I did not miss last night's presentation by Dr. Lakeisha McKnight. I was right there to 9:43. And then as many of the speakers say all week, says if you after your dream, you don't go to sleep. You work till you pass out. Well, 9:43, I passed out. Okay, that's why I wasn't there. I passed out. When I woke up, it was close to 1 o'clock. And then I called Mr. Delco, because he had called me about 12. He called me about 12, so I called you back about 1 when I woke up. Okay, and he said he had passed out too. Okay, ask yourself, am I passing out after my dream? Am I passing out? Man, this is what it's all about. Are you passing out? I got to tell you one more story that was so funny to me yesterday. I got a text. Now, I'm going to talk about somebody, but I ain't calling no names, but the people involved will know who I'm talking about. So, you know, this person was talking about how they're going to get back with us, you know, after March Madness is over. Right? And I find it, I said, man, it's amazing. When you want to do something, see, I love basketball. You can't find I got March Madness on right now. Right there. The score is 60-61. UCLA over Alabama right now. Alabama over UCLA right now. I got it on right now. But I'm right here. Okay. And I said yesterday, I watched my son Alice going, yeah. yeah. What you talking about? I watched both basketball games yesterday. In between watching both basketball games, I did 3 Zooms. Okay. I know I did 5 or 6 different 3-ways. Watch this. I washed a load of clothes. I cleaned up the kitchen, loaded the dishwasher. Scrubbed the floor, the kitchen floor, the hallway floor, made up a bed. Okay, wait a minute. Prospected 2 people that came to the house. That was all yesterday afternoon after the power call, between 12 and 5 o'clock yesterday. Man, please. If the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. I'm cranked up. Back to you, Mr. Delco.
Well, thank you, Mr. Best. I'm sorry, brothers. I'm a basketball fan. Mr. Hines, I didn't even know it was March. Much less basketball season. I didn't even know it was March. All right, so let's jump into it, everybody. Grab your notepads, whatever you need to do. Take some screenshots of the screen as I go through. We're going to talk about the Fast Start training. This is our Sunday night Fast Start training. I'm going to have a really condensed training, and we'll take some questions as well. So I remembered really clearly when I first got into business, you guys, and we wrote all this stuff down. We put it in something called a map. So I put it on this one page for tonight, to show you exactly what we did. Now, I remember Mr. Best calling me. Mr. Hines introduced me to him, and he started training right away. And he said, this is y'all's training right here. This will make you $1 billion if you're a self-starter and you don't need anything but point me in the direction. I will run as fast as I can until I run into the wall called success. Like, which way is success? It's straight that way. Don't deviate. Go straight, and just run, and you'll run smack into it. Okay, see you. And I'm just going to run. That's all the instructions I need. Well, that's exactly what he did. He said, reach out for everybody you know. That's your training. Call everybody you know. There are some pieces to it. I'm going to give it to you right now, but that's your training. Reach out to everybody you know. He did not say make a list. He didn't say put check marks by it. He didn't say write notes beside it. He said call everybody you know. So I'm going to put that into a training right now so you guys can do that. And we're going to call it the system, because truly this is what it is. And the assumption that I'm making right now is that you've joined. This is a Sunday night affiliate training. This is not a presentation. If somebody invited you here for a presentation, They are absolutely not following the map because this is Sunday night training. Okay, so you should not be here to hear a presentation. You're not going to hear one. This is what to do after you've joined. We call this the system, right? So the first thing you want to do after you've signed up and gotten your account set up, what do? Here it is. Get your new prospects in motion immediately. You get in motion immediately, and everybody you sign up, get them in motion right now. Teach you something Nate Hines taught me, 15 years ago, maybe 20 now. He said, you got to get a check in your hands right now. Now I got to tell kind of a funny story, but I'm not going to give it detail because then you'll be stressed out about, really? Did that happen? What happened? So there was a slight little glitch one day in GS Partners platform, and the payouts weren't showing up in real time. Now, the programming team didn't stress it out. Oh, it's just this particular server was down. We had to replace it. And as soon as they replaced it, all the payouts just showed up in like a second, right? So forever how long it was, I think it was like 5 hours. It was while most of us were asleep, so most people didn't even know it. I shouldn't have even told you that much because now you're like, oh, that happened, right? And so Ty Best didn't know it either. And I told him about it. He said, oh, really? And he ran his back. Oh, gosh, I got Ty Best, please come back out for a second. It's hilarious. I called him up. I said, hey, man, yeah, there was a problem last night with the payouts, man. It wasn't paying out in real time. He said, oh, really? He said, oh, let me go check. And I said, Ty, they fixed it already. And he talked about, let me go get my back pay. Talk about the focus that it required Mr. Best to not even know the problem existed. Just talk about that for a second, because this is a huge nugget right here, folks.
But see, the point to me is let GS Partners, Joseph Height, Alexander Coachendall, let them do what they do. And we need to be focused on what we do, and that's go build the team.
Come on, man.
Okay? I'm at the point now where I check my back office maybe once or twice a day now, where I used to be like, I'm checking every hour because it's like, what? It don't change it by checking it. Okay? And so, yeah, I wasn't aware of the situation. A lot of situations I'm not aware of. I try to teach everybody, focus on the main thing. And the main thing is to expand your business, talk to everybody now at 8.6 and breathing.
Yeah, but
and fill in the gaps of other stuff. Huh?
You do that, though, because it's easy for you to do that. It's easy for you to not worry about how much money am I making moment to moment, because you're already making a lot of money. You got a big team now. You're over 30-some thousand, close to maybe 40,000 people on your team. It's so easy for you, Ty Best, to sit there in your comfy chair in your home office. You know, your kids there. You don't have to leave the house. You're full time in this thing, man. You know, I'm a person. I'm training guys. Pay attention. I'm at a role playing. I'm a guy. You know, I'm doing this full time now, and I'm not making enough money to pay my bills and stuff. I mean, every time I get paid, you know, I'm paying light bill and water bill, and you know, I got stuff going on. And I'm not where you are yet. I mean, you gotta be where we are. You gotta understand what's going on. I don't understand why you don't really get how to feel. Some of us, we struggling, man. And when you say that, that kind of insults me. That insults me because you don't know what I'm dealing with.
Yeah. And so the question there becomes, which one comes first? That's the chicken or the egg story. Do you get the attitude and then get the money? Or do you get the money, then get the right attitude?
I don't know. Which is it? Because
you get the attitude first.
Okay.
You get the attitude first. Well, it doesn't matter what's going on. You have to have the attitude first. I can remember, in fact, I was telling somebody today, I said, look, if you could give a person, if I can give everybody on this call right now one piece of advice that will lead to your success in the business, just one. Just you can give them one piece of advice. And I was talking to Linda Johnson Spence. So what advice would you give a person? I said, never quit. That's it. Never quit. If I had to add a second piece, that would be plug in, stay plugged in. Mm-hmm. That's it. Everything else take care of itself. Okay? Because number one, if you never quit, whatever mistakes you make, you overcome. Whatever situation you're dealing with right now, you're going to grow through. I guarantee there's a person in this business that's gone through anything more than I've been through in the last 37 to be April, be 38 years. Okay? I mean, can you fathom being in business for 2 years, after 2 years in business, you flat broke with no money? Can you fathom after 2 years of chasing your dream, you fired up, you 5 and 6 nights a week, and after 2 years of chasing your dream, your wife 8 months pregnant, she's out of work, you get fired, she got a broke arm, house in foreclosure. Let's see what else going on that time. And you get diagnosed with a brain tumor.
You had carbon monoxide poisoning.
And you had carbon monoxide poisoning, all in the same month. Okay. You talking about testing the authenticity of your dream. Okay. So can you imagine driving to a meeting with fumes in your car and $1 in your pocket and talking about getting rich?
But I've actually heard people say this, and so I don't know the best answer for this. I mean, the money that they're making, they need to pay their mortgage. It's not working well enough yet, and they full time in this thing.
Right. You keep going until you get on the other side, until you get to the place where you have enough money, till you manage your life, to where you get all that stuff. Because see, here's the one other thing, Mr. Delco, that gets me. People spend 20 years to get in they spend 25 years creating a problem. And then they want network marketing to fix the problem in 90 days.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so say that again.
They spent 10, 20, 25 years or 30 years creating a financial problem. And they want this business, not GS Partners, but any network marketing company, to fix the problem in 90 days for them. Okay. They've been messing up for 25 years. They've had bad money habits, bad spending habits, all the stuff that the pastor talked about, Bishop talked about yesterday on our pre-call. They've been doing all that stuff wrong for 25, 30 years, not saving the money, not paying themselves first, partying too hard, taking $2,000 going on a cruise every year, doing all that stuff, and then find themselves at 55 years old, dead broke, no job, no experience, no expertise, and oh my God, what am I going to do? And they get in network marketing, and they're working for 30 days and say, this is not working.
Okay, so let me ask you another question, because I'm just kind of following the spirit right here for a minute. I know you and Mr. Hines, y'all kind of tried to talk me out of quitting my job because you understood the complexities of being full-time in the business and the business not necessarily producing. All right, and thank God I had my wife who was holding me down. She had a good job and she had health insurance. So she gave me this nice safety net. Well, I was up on the high rope, but I wasn't ever afraid because I knew if I fell, she had me. This is a dynamic most people don't understand about my story, and I'm happy to tell that my wife was there. She did not leave her job. She stayed there and kept a steady income and our health insurance while I walked the high rope called network marketing. And I knew that if I fell, she was there. So I wasn't walking scared. I was walking with confidence. And people, I guess, could feel that posture. And I was able to run really fast because I just ran across the rope. I wasn't afraid of falling. You need to know that before you compare yourself to somebody having a meteoric rise in this industry. Had I fallen, Mr. Best, and I needed some money, what would have been your advice to me while I try to climb my way out of that hole and get back on top again? What would you have told me to do?
Figure it out and work harder.
Okay.
I mean, that's all I would have said. I would have said, and look, and if you had to, go back and get another job.
Well, you would have told me to go to work?
Absolutely. I mean, look, because you're not the best example because you're more disciplined than the average person. Okay. Some people quit their jobs prematurely. They haven't developed that discipline to be self-motivated. Okay. They need somebody to tell them what to do. They need somebody to tell them to get up in the morning. They quit their job and they lay around in bed till 11 o'clock in the morning, get top of their free. Yeah, you're not free yet. You just quit your job. Okay. You're not free till you got enough money to handle the situation going on in your life. See, so in your case, we've been a different story. But see, I'm saying you're not the best example, but I think I understand what you're saying. I've told people many times, your job is financial freedom, right? Mm-hmm. Don't quit your job prematurely. I've had people quit their job prematurely. They call me the financial stuff. I said, what you do? I said, you need to go find a job. I said, you need to go find your job. I said, because if you can't make this business produce what you need to function, then you don't need to go find a job till it does. And I'm not the guy because I did the business part-time for 12 years.
That's good.
In a very demanding job. So nobody tell me, and that was part-time. He was driving the miles 5 and 6 days a week. Now all we're doing is texting. You gonna tell me you can't? I just told you what I did yesterday afternoon from 12 to 5. And I'm on the phone with folks while I'm doing this stuff from 12 to 5. Okay, I mean, I'm doing everything. I'm folded. I'm doing all, because I'm hyped up anyway. So the engine got to go. So I'm talking on the telephone, doing Zoom. I'm folded close. Man, please. Okay. And the business is still done in prime time. In prime time, typically between 7 and 12 o'clock at night. Prime time between 7 and 10. But you can push it to 12, especially working all the way back to the West Coast. So, but I want to address something you said there about I'm quick to tell a person, go back and get a job. Okay, if they need one. If they need money right now. What? Now, here's the thing about GS Partners. GS Partners will produce money right now.
Well,
But you still got to go produce it.
what you say, you need your 5 hours back pay?
Right. 5 hours back pay from yesterday. But here's something else, though. But this is why I tell people, this, I believe in my heart, GS Partners is the greatest business opportunity I've ever been in my lifetime. Better than 3 companies I've owned. So it will produce right now. But if you don't have the spirit of influence or credibility or whatever it takes to produce right now, then you got to go back in the job market until you do. There's nothing wrong with being in the job market, because one thing the job market do will put you back out there meeting people, talking to folks.
This is
Okay.
good. This is
So
good.
it's a whole lot of, look at everything that happens in this journey as a part of the journey. Give me 1 minute, I'll tell you. I told you about the little disaster in 1985 in my life. Okay? I mean, you understand now. I'm out of job. Val's out of her job. Now, Val's on leave, but she's on unpaid leave. Because even as a flight attendant, they want you to work 8 months pregnant, run down the aisle, 8 months pregnant. You worked till I think it was 7 months. And then Val didn't last 2 months in the job. So all these circumstances are going on. We've been in business 2 years, haven't made any money. And watch this. That seemed like horrible circumstance. But it said in every adversity, again, what? Lies a seed of greater benefit. That was February of 1985. 9 days later, I get a job offering me more money than the job that it just terminated me from. In fact, 2 times more money. See what I'm saying? You don't know. And you know why I got that job? Because of the skills I developed by plugging into the network marketing business from 1983 to 1995. By being in Littles and Dens talking every night, 5 nights a week, by reading all these books. So they brought me in. I'm doing seminars for them, and I'm blowing them away. And they don't understand why I'm blowing them people away during the seminars. It's because the information I got from reading The Magic of Thinking Big, Think and Go Rich. So every time I did a Toyota seminar, I finished that 15-minute seminar with some inspiration, motivation to fire those employees up to go back to work. Okay? And see, so I'm saying everything you do here will benefit you. Okay, then one more thing I want to add. Plug in. Let's see, you guys are plugged in. Do never give up on your team. Keep trying to encourage them to plug in. Send them texts. I probably send out 200-300 texts a night inviting people to the training. Myself, Dehan said, most people in this business, by the time they get to 15, 20 grand a month, you can't even find them. If they're fortunate to get to 10 or 15 grand a month, you can't even find them. And what Mr. Nahams is trying to say to you guys, you have $2 million earners on the platform, pretty much available 7 days a week, from the power call to some training 7 days a week, saying, what can we do to help? Okay, and giving you decades of experience to shorten your journey. And all you do is take advantage of it and then give yourself time to succeed. Okay? That's what I wanted to say. I always got the thought. I was just listening to Bob Proctor tonight. I'm always feeding myself. And he says, if you are not willing to risk, the seeds of financial greatness do not exist in you. Okay? If you don't risk, you're not going to get wealthy. It's not going to happen. You got to be willing to risk. Okay? Now the risk here is so minimal. Get you 1 million coins for like 10 grand. And the coin go to $10, you got $10 million. No risk at all. Well, it's a risk if your money's tight. Well, yeah, but you got to be willing to risk what you can risk back to you. So, man, stop giving. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to watch the basketball game.
Watch the game, sir, but it's important. I'm going to give you guys another masterclass part 2 right here. You ready? Here it is, okay? Mr. Best said something about me, and I appreciate your kind words about me, Mr. Best. He said something about me. This is a literal true statement that you need to find where you are in this environment and be there. Just embrace it, be there, and do what you got to do in order to really receive this teacher arrangement. In the mortgage business, which is what I was in before our last opportunity, when I joined Wealth Builders, I was in the mortgage business. And in that business, it is inherent that you have certain characteristics. As a matter of fact, people that get in the mortgage business probably have a lot of these tendencies. They're very organized, they're very meticulous, they like numbers, they like facts, they're self-starters, they live on a schedule, they're very budget conscious. Mr. Best made a joke about me because he looked at my house and I had some white furniture. He said, "Oh my God, look at this analyst." They like white furniture. I like white houses when I'm driving down the highway or I like a white house. Or, I'm just real straight in the box. I mean, I see things like this, which is what made me a fairly decent mortgage banker. So when I came over to network marketing, here's the training, here it is. When I came over here, the skills that I already had translated very well. It was almost a one-to-one match. Boom. I woke up every morning without having to be up because as a mortgage banker, you really set appointments and you meet with your clients in the office and you take their paperwork. I had to set those schedules. I influenced my own calendar. I made a lot of outgoing calls to realtors to try to drum up business. This is what we call it. We call it drumming up business. I had to drum up business. How do you drum up business? You call a realtor, "Hey, meet me at Starbucks. Let me talk to you about a couple of new products we got at Wells Fargo." Realtor shows up. They know they're going to get free coffee and banana nut bread. They're going to show up. They on their way to show a house. You sit down. "How you doing?" You fist bump them, you hug them, you whatever, hand them some brochures. We call it FaceTime. This was before FaceTime existed on the phone. The more you spend time in somebody's face, the more you're going to get business from them. Even if they throw you the four-letter word loans first. They do that too. They throw you four-letter word loans to see what you can do with them. And you get that four-letter word loan and you call your brokers and find them a deal and you give them that 13% loan. They wanted to close it. They don't care. And when you produce once, boy, they're going to throw you a decent loan. And then you do that one. Now they're throwing you A paper. And now you're doing FHA and VHA loans. And you're doing, A paper loans. And you're getting them 3 and 4% on $700,000 houses. And you're getting 2 points. Oh, my God, you're rolling. So this was the mortgage business. And I learned very quickly in that business, if you hustle, you're going to live large. And they made it quite apparent. My trainer walked into the room the first day I interviewed, and he took keys out of his pocket and threw them on the counter. And he was from China. Asian guy, "You see that Hummer? Look outside. You see that Hummer? I bought that cash." I mean, they went at me hard like that, and I was impressed. And he said, "You want to live like that? This is what you do." And he literally did a time best Asian style. He said, "Do this, do that. Get your cards. Put your face on your card. FaceTime is important. Take realtors out to lunch." He gave me this ABC 1, 2, 3, and I was just ignorant enough to do exactly what that $1 million earner said. That translated straight over here. As soon as we started running Wealth Builders, Nate Hines said, "Make a list." Tom Best said, "Call everybody you know." I just put all that together and called everybody I knew and put them on a list. It was that simple. And every day to this day, like, this is it. I got this square. I got my books right here, reading a bit of the book. I got my papers right here, my computers right here, my speakers right here, my cameras right here. Every day. Like I have to, like somebody gonna fire me. I come right here, I walk down, I get dressed. Do my exercise, do all my stuff, I get dressed and come sit right here and go through a regimen. So Mr. Best said I'm real disciplined. I don't know if that's good or bad. It just is. And I'm blessed with a wife that lets me do exactly that every day. No stress. So if you discipline yourself and follow your regimen, guys, it's math. It is flat out math. It's not, you can't be time best. You just can't. You can't. It's math. I can't, no matter how hard I try, I'm not going to have those 30 years of experiences and stories and networking. I just can't. What can I do? I can ask the 4 words that build. What did you do? I can do that. All right? And this is what it is. Go ahead, Mr. Banks.
You can ask and then make up your mind you're going to do them.
There you go.
And then you got to eliminate any time frame in your mind as to when you're going to get the results you want. So that's a big part of it too, Mr. Delco. I think that what happens with folks is that they have a time frame because under financial pressure or stress, and they have a time frame, and they undo the seed. Okay, when you share this business, I was having a conversation with Rashida Wan yesterday, and she was talking about her team, and she got a good sized team developing it. And I would say she was not what I call satisfied with where she was. And I made it very clear to her. I said, you've done phenomenal.
Great point.
So I said, don't compare yourself to Kansu, to me, to Mr. Don't do that. I said, you got to look and say, I'm new to this industry. I'm just getting started. Okay. And I'm going to say to all of you out there right now, if you have a team of 100 plus people, you're pretty much done. Now, what you don't know is that you don't know when you're going to be really, really done.
Come on now.
But you've done, because that 100 people you put on your team, that's like the foundation. That's the seed. Every last person that you've shared this business with is on your team. If you got 100 people on your team, that's a seed. You planted a seed of freedom and independence in the minds of all those people. And what you don't know is when and which seed's going to grow. And you got to stay there for the harvest. You got to stay there till the seeds start growing. You got to keep watering that seed with the same information. You got to keep promoting to those seeds. So, and it's not so much what you're saying, the time is going to take, because many of those seeds, if they're new like you, and if you're new to this, you're not sponsored to experience networks like Mr. Nate Hines or Mr. Delco or myself or people who've been around it. You're sponsoring new people as well. So they got to take time to incubate and grow. Now, I'm saying, wait on them. You keep sponsoring, but give yourself this time to succeed, which means give you time to grow, but you got to give them the same time to grow as well. And then all of a sudden, a year go by, and 2 years, look at people who you send in business, and then ask yourself, how long have they been in business? Not about how many people they got now. It's how long they've been in the business, because it takes a while to develop that distance. Like Mr. Duck and I started on the treadmill. Well, now it's been a month. Now I've hit that treadmill at least 5 to 7 days a week for this past month. Yeah, I hit the treadmill today for 40 minutes.
Wow.
Okay, on a Sunday. Because I'm starting to develop that habit. This business is the same way. When you start with that mental muscle, that mental habit, every day you're picking up the phone. Every day you texting somebody. Every day you wake up looking forward to that 10:45 call. Man, you can't wait to hear what somebody gonna drop on you that day. You're looking forward to the 9 o'clock presentation night. You can't wait. And you're looking forward to leave your house because you know people out there. And brother said some other day on the call when I was doing the call to Trinidad. I can't remember his name now, but he said something so profound. He said, when you understand that there are more people on the planet that you don't know than you know. Think about this for a minute. You gonna let your whole future based on the fact that you know 30 people, and the 30 people you know don't get in. Forget that. He said, you understand there's 7 billion on the planet that you don't know, and your fortune's out there talking to who you don't know. I lost my mind. Now, I already knew that, but just to hear him articulate that and say that, God, I can't think of the brother's name. Eric Terrell to tell me what his name was. Oh, Michael Adman from Trinidad. He said, there's way more people out there that you don't know. You stressed because your cousin didn't get in. You stressed because your best friend ain't bought a package yet. Man, keep moving on. And wait till you bump into somebody you don't know. And your empire gets built. And then Mr. Delk and I were talking about last night at 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to bring this up, but I'm going to turn back over to you, Mr. Delk. I know you got some slides you want to go over, but this is important, folks, because this business is the attitude comes first before the money. You got to get that rock solid attitude. You know what you know. It's like somebody called me or somebody talked to Mr. Delco today, and me, same thing. And they said they pulled up some negative crap on the internet. What you gonna do about it? Ain't gonna do nothing about it. I don't even think about it. You got to get beyond that stuff. When people call me and say they found something negative, mainly I say they got to do with me. I can't tell you about fake news or anything. I can tell you about what's happened in the first 4 months of this company. They paid everybody. People made a lot of money, including me. I said, but if you want to find something negative, I tell them, I said, go Google Jesus Christ. Go Google Muhammad. Go Google Gandhi. Go Google Dr. Martin Luther King. Go Google JFK. Go Google anybody who's done anything you can find something negative about. Absolutely. I said, this is what you need to be evaluating. What have we done in the last 90 days? We've breaking all kinds of records in this industry so far, or we're just getting started. That's what you pay attention to. Okay?
Yeah. And look, this is such a great night. I promise you I'll finish the slide as one page. But this is so good. Look, masterclass number 3. Y'all ready? Here you go. I'm just putting myself out here. I'm being so transparent. So if you wanted to talk about me and dog me out, you're gonna have a lot of material to work with because I'm about to bring you one more. All right. So 1993, I got in networking. As a matter of fact, me and Mr. Nate Hines joined the same company. My first company was one of his first companies. I don't know if it was the first. He can tell you better than me. But I got in my first company in 93. I had the exact, oh my God, I could take a tape recorder and tape record y'all and then play the one that I had when I first started. And you would wonder who is talking because I would say the same things. I said stuff like, man, my team, they ain't doing nothing. I said, I can't find nobody. I said, I'm not good at this. I said, I don't know anyone. The person that I was in 1993, I'm going to describe it, very introverted. I didn't meet new people very often. I had very few friends, very mistrusting. I had a small circle, teeny tiny circle of friends. I didn't smile very much. I never read books, ever. I didn't have any books. I didn't own any books. I didn't own any books. I never read books. I never went to live events, ever. When I first got in, I didn't go to a live event first. I mean, that first company, I went to that first training, but big live event, the national event, never went to one. When that first company I joined, I never went to the first national event. They had events all the time, never went. I didn't talk a lot.
Hey, Mr. Dickel, stay right there for 1 second. Why didn't you go to the live events? Just give us your rationalization. If you can reflect. Why you didn't go to live? I know when you went to your first live event. The first live event you went to, you hosted it. And we had this conversation, 7 years ago. But why didn't you go to the live events? That's the question.
For what? What am I spend my hard-earned money for to go and hear a bunch of people, recognize some other folks on stage? I'm not going to pay $100, $300 for a weekend to see somebody else go get a trophy. I'm going to take that time and that money, and I'm going to be out here hustling. I'm going to get mine so I can be on stage. I ain't going to that. For what?
You didn't see the need. It didn't make sense. $300 to get motivated or a feature. It didn't make sense to you. I understand.
Yeah. So, I mean, the kind of person I was, I had a teeny tiny sphere of influence. Teeny tiny. Some of the gurus, they say, stop bugging your family and friends. That is the dumbest. That's the dumbest thing in the world. I'm going to get back to my slides. I'll show you this. It's stupid to say don't bug your family and friends. They are the first people you should bug. If you really believe if you don't believe in what you're doing, why did you even join? And if you do believe in what you're doing, why wouldn't you tell your family? That is just stupid. That's stupid on its face. Like, I joined because I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. The first people I'm going to tell. If somebody just walks in the door and gave you $1 million in a briefcase, who you gonna call first? Tell the truth. Who you gonna call? You gonna call your brother?
Mama and them.
Mama and them. That's one person. Mama and them. That's one person. You gonna call Mama and them? That's the first person you gonna call. The kids get a big scholarship, not a scholarship. They get a contract to shoot ball in the NBA. Who the first person they call when they get drafted?
Right.
Mama and them. That's the first person. All right. So of course, talk to your family friends. I had a tiny sphere of influence. And then Mama and them had no confidence in me whatsoever. So I had to find a whole nother sphere. And thank God there were these trainers that taught you then to make a list. But I immediately went to Mama and them. You're supposed to go to Mama and them. You just got to say the right thing. So that's a master class. Don't be hard on yourself when you launch your business because your business is going to mirror where you are in life right that moment when you launch. I gotta say this again. When you launch your business, it's gonna look like where you are in your life right now. If you're a salesman and you got this big old book of contacts and you important and prominent at church, and you go to the PTA and you play golf on the weekend with your buddies. You got about 15 buddies you play golf with, and you, like Ron and Sharon Fix, you host travel events, and you have a fill up a busload of people with about 3 or 4 phone calls. You're a social type of person. You might have a lot of names to use when you first launch. Getting those names, you're probably going to launch faster than the guy who doesn't ever go to the high school basketball games, never went to the prom, doesn't have many friends from high school, has a job where they stay in the cubicle and they only have to type and they're analysts. They don't. If you have a little tiny sphere of influence, you go out 3 times a year and you got 1 friend. You're probably gonna start slow. Don't get upset with that. That's fine. Just know where you are. To thine own self be true. Don't beat yourself up because you lived a life of obscurity for 40 years and then you get your mind blown at a network marketing event and you see the numbers on the board and get mad because you don't hit that bottom line number that you saw on the board, and you can't put your life on that board. You're a whole different person. You've been spending all your time, listen, here comes something, I feel it, revelation. You've been spending all your time for the last 8 years on social media talking about how fake pandemics are. You've been talking about presidents and political parties. You got more enemies than friends. You got 37 Facebook friends that you have 5,000. You're not going to launch fast. That's okay. Just realize where you are. And if you want to make it, start making some changes. If you're smoking weed on your Facebook page, I'm not saying there's anything smoking weed, but if you're smoking weed on your Facebook page, you might want to delete those videos where you're blowing O-rings with weed. You might want to delete those because you're going to turn off a lot of people. And if all you talk about is Islam, but you want to sponsor a lot of people from Buddhism, you might want to take some of that down. And if you all you talk about is I'm black and buy black and I'm black and proud and circulate black dollars and blah, yeah, my brother, you might want to take some of that down. And if all you say is Yahoo and you wear a proud to be an American belt buckle and you turn off a bunch of you might want to analyze where you are and why you only have 37 Facebook friends when it's free to be on Facebook. This is a master class. I don't want to be too nice tonight because if I just go through the slide, you're going to take a picture and you're going to try to go through the stuff on the slide, and it's not going to work as well for you as it does for Tanisha Glassman. You're going to wonder why. Well, if you look at Tanisha's Facebook page, she's showing her toes at the beach, and she's posting things that are helpful to your mind. So don't try to sponsor 300 people on Facebook like her because your Facebook page has been filled with you trying to say what color you like the best. It's serious right here, right now. Like I'm teaching better than those slides that I got.
Can I say this? Mr. What you're saying is, and some people would hear that wrong because they feel like I can't be me and build this business. You can be you, it's just going to limit your growth.
Thank you.
You want to, as a person, be in a position to cut the widest path through the population. Our whole site is designed to cut the widest path through the population so the Buddhists can get involved, the Muslims can get involved, the Christians can get involved, the Seventh-day Adventists can get involved, the Baha'i, whoever. We want to cut the widest path through the population. We want to make that common denominator is the dream, is freedom. That's the common denominator worldwide. I don't care what a person's background is, ages, what country they come from, what ethnicity they are. Everybody wants to be free. Everybody would like to be happy. Everybody to be healthy. Focus on those things that unite and bring people together, and you'll cut a wide path through the population, especially on social media. And I wanted to say one other point about after you tell mom and them, we say our biggest challenge is we can get you past mom and them. Yeah. See, you make that list of people 98.6 and be your mama, sister, cousin, brother, father, sister. Now we got to get you past them. If they get in, if they sign up, buy a package, you hit a home run. Now, if you expect them to be the ones that make you rich, that's going to be a mistake. But if your family signs up, get in the business, 5 and run. Every time I see Roz Ray and her mama, I'm so excited for them because that's such a unique thing in this business to see a family understand it. So when your family get this concept and you guys work together and do it together, you don't understand how phenomenal a home run that truly is. But don't let that limit your vision, okay? Keep going. Because again, there's more people out there that you don't know than that you do know, okay? And you're going to grow through all these things if you give yourself time. I had a lot of growth about when I got in this business. I cussed like a sailor. Okay, I knew. Okay, now think about this though. I knew how to talk like that on my job, but because the environment I came out of, we talked a certain way. Okay, and so from 8:35, I would do my best to speak the King's English. But after 5 o'clock, everything was, I was rolling with just be talking to folks. When I got in this business, I realized, well, okay, I got to clean up all the time. And then I cleaned it up all the time because I knew I wanted to be speaking in public with a microphone. And, you don't want to be on stage in front of 5,000 people. And all of a sudden, these words slip out, which are a normal part of your vocabulary. So I just eliminated cussing altogether.
Oh my God.
That way it doesn't slip out. Okay, that's just me. Everybody have to do that. You only do that if you're sincere about being free, sincere about being wealthy. Oh, and before I get off, Mr. Darren, man, that video at the beginning of this training, I don't know how many of you were here for that first 5 minutes while that clock was ticking down and they had billionaire and they showing the jet planes. And my mind was going,
oh my God.
38 years later, I'm still thinking too small.
True.
I seen you guys know dream bigger. And I really think I'm there. And then that video, I was sitting there going, you're doing it again. Still thinking too small.
Good Lord.
I set the goal. I said, I'm going to get me 20 million coins. And then my brain, as I'm watching this, I said, Tyrone, you're thinking too small. I said, you need to think about up that to about 50 million coins. Okay? You need to start thinking that billionaire area.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question on the coin real quick. We're going to be we're going somewhere tonight. We're taking a rocket ship ride tonight. Let me say this as strong as I can. If you knew the coin was going to be $10, but right now it's less than a penny, how many would you get? I'm honest with y'all. I'm serious. If you knew for a fact it was going to be $10, how many would you get right now?
Look, sell everything that's not nailed down to get them.
Okay.
If you knew.
Okay. We got some major crypto people on here, like Crypto Steve. If you understood how many coins hit the market, pump and dump and die every month, you would be astounded at the few that make it. It's like 7,000 coins. There may have been 1 million coins hit the market and died and left 7,000. And it shakes out and the real products, they stay intact. Do you really think that Joseph Haidt and Alexander Kosendow are afraid of the price of the coin? I've literally heard them say they didn't care if the coin went to 1 Satoshi. They would buy them all and burn them. They don't care. They know the coin is going to prosper because it's attached to a real technology project. So why fight the haters? Let them hate. Let the price go real super, super, super low so that when you smash the 99, instead of getting 10,000, you get 20,000. You gotta, if you believe, you gotta run at a different pace. Okay, so I'm done with that.
Your question, look, I'm gonna pose your question another way. If you could time travel, in my house, we got Star Trek fans on the house. We always talk about time travel. If you could time travel to the future and see the coin at $10, the question asks, and you could come back to now, how many would you get? See?
What's so crazy about that is, though, I'm just telling you the truth tonight. I actually act like I know that. I don't really know it, but I feel it. Okay, God dog it, this is good. I feel like that coin could hit $10, $20, $30 a coin. So because I feel like that, I act like that in this present moment. Every time I can. Kevin Thompson, you sit there and watch me do a demonstration with a team. He did like a $9.99 transfer on a live Zoom meeting. And I said, well, I can't let my business partner outdo me, so I'm going to do my $9.99. And I messed around and hit the $9.99. That's good. And look, that was so crazy.
What made you?
When I hit it, I was like, oh, wait, I did the 10,000, not the 1,000. I was like, oh, well, hey, let's roll. I love it. Because all it did was transfer it from here to here. Right. So I
I
got
got a question. I didn't want to stop you midstream, but you say you feel like it, you believe it. But now the question becomes, why do you feel that way? See, again, get back to feed your faith. Why do you have so much confidence? I can tell you why. I get back to me in a minute. But why do you have so much confidence in the coin? I just got me another million the other day. I know I'm gonna get me a million, if not 2 million, between now and Wednesday. But why do you have that confidence in the coin, Mr. Delco?
because I know who I'm rolling with. I'm plugged in. I know. I understand Joseph Height is a winner. Like, how often you have a chance to attach yourself to a billionaire? So I'm doing. When he gets on the stream, he's hello, everybody. Oh, hello. He's happy to see you all. He's not stressed. He's got way more money invested in it than me. So if he can drop, 100 million, I can drop 500,000. I'm not stressed. Like, I believe. And then here's what's going to happen. One of two things is going to happen. Here we go. The coin is going to just die. And I made a bunch of money on Bitcoin and Ethereum. that's what. Let's see what I just said. This is so deep. I got Bitcoin and Ethereum. I have some other coins, but my big three. If you look at my crypto folio, is Bitcoin and what has the most value is Bitcoin, G999, and Ethereum. In that order, which one has the most value? And some days, based on what the value is in G999, that flips. G999, I have more value, more wealth than G999. So I'm sitting there going, if G999 were to fall out of that big three, I'd still have Bitcoin and Ethereum that I'm earning in full. I can't lose. Or this is the other thing that happened. It falls off a cliff and I'm left with big two, or it goes to the moon and everybody's gonna be talking about me. You know what they're gonna say? They're gonna say, well, of course you can run hard, and of course you hit the next rank, because look at all that money you got.
Let me hate Mr. I got another, you prompted, you brought two things. The first thing I want to tell you today, so as I'm talking to somebody today, there's asking me, there's trying to validate, they wanted me to validate Joseph Heights. And I said to him, I said, look, I tell you what I do know. I met the man. I tell you what I do know. I said, what? The watch he wear costs more than my house. So I'm pretty good. I said, I'm pretty confident. So if he's betting on G999, I'm betting on it too. I said, there you go. Now, the second point I'm gonna make about this is what you guys know about Mr. Delco. If I had $10,000 for every time Mr. Delco called me and asked, how can we help people make more money?
Please tell it.
I mean, this man I've been in 38 years. I don't have that same degree. I've learned, I can't make it happen for people. I can help them, but they got to pay the price. And Mr. Del, he called me. I mean, you guys don't understand. He literally be sweating bullets. I got to help so-and-so make some money. This person got to make some money. Why is their income weighted? I said, and I have to say to him, I said, Mr. Delco, I said, you don't know what they're doing when you're not around.
Masterclass number 4. Say it again.
I said, you don't know. I mean, it's easy to talk a good game on the power call and do a Zoom or talk, but you don't know what they're doing when you are not there. So you cannot take responsibility for their success or lack of success. Okay, that's why I don't take credit for Mr. Delco's success. I said I might have had been a contributing factor, but no. And then the second point I'm making, some of you gonna get to that next level. His next level thing, he'll call me and say, they talking about me again on Zoom or somebody. I said, were they talking about you 15 years ago? No, I said, that's right. I said, now you get it. You're only gonna be talked about. Why are they talking about Joseph Heights? This guy's a billionaire. Why are they talking about you? Some guy gonna take his life and find time to criticize your videos? He's out there trying to build a business. No, he got an hour to talk about what Mr. Delco's doing. I said, he ain't talking about the people on your team not doing anything, is he? He talking about you. You want to talk about me. You want to talk about people who are making it happen. That's a part of the price of success. As you succeed, people are going to talk about you. People didn't talk about you when you're doing anything. If you got relatives and friends right there talking about you, okay, then you're on the right track. I got friends right there in Pure went to college. They know more about my network marketing business than I do. Now, that's not true. They think they do. Okay, they've been hearing about Ty Best and this professional pyramid stuff he do. You know? Whatever they call it. Okay? I'm serious. I remember one maybe a year ago. He said, man, I understand you're a millionaire in the Amway business. I ain't been in the Amway business in 20-some years. People talk about you. But if you're not doing anything, sitting on watching TV, okay, they ain't talking about you. You ain't doing nothing. Do something. Keep doing something. And by the way, and that's why it's so important that you focus. So your friends, relatives, and strangers, they see you focus. They say, don't let somebody call you in the middle of the doggone power call. Okay? I love my mother. Okay, and she called me during the power call. I go, hold on, Mom, I'm on the power. Oh, baby, I'll call you back. Okay? Don't call them during the power call. Don't call them at 9 o'clock during the presentation. Call me another time. Okay? You want to have that kind of posture in your business. Okay? When there's an event like next Saturday event from 1 to 4, it's 1 to 4, right?
Yep.
Okay? Your team should not be asking, you going to be there or you coming. If they asking that question, posture's all messed up. They should know you're going to be there. Okay? And if you're not promoting it to them right now, see, we really, next Saturday, we should have 2,000-3,000 people that call. There's 30,000 in wealth builders worldwide. There should be 2,000-3,000 people that call, and we'll blink and we'll go to 100,000 people.
Say that.
Because all we're doing is feeding belief. You invest in the coin, you feed belief. You believe in Joseph Height and you believe in Alexander Coaching out, you invest in the coin. You just get the coin. Okay? Period. And I didn't take a screenshot. When I did that thing, they said 1.12 million coins. I said, woo! I had to do it again. But I keep trying to time it. Now, I will tell you next level. I've been trying to time it because, you take that Bitcoin and drop. See, if you drop $10,000 of Bitcoin and Bitcoin go up 10% overnight, dog, I just missed out on $1,000. And that's the Tyrone. You're thinking too small. You gotta let that petty stuff go. You gotta let that petty thinking go and just smash that button and go about your business. Okay? Because you're spending too much brain power. Now we think about who you can recruit and who you can sponsor next. So that's another thing that so many people are doing. You're spending this brain power where you could be using this creative brain power to go sponsor, recruit, find new people, and you're spending it on nickel-dime minutia. Okay? You don't have anything to do with building your business. Anyway, okay? And man, that Oregon, I'm just keep you updated. Oregon and who's that? USC on right now. They're going for the final 8. See, that's what I'm saying. I love this. You can still do all this, still do this, and still do all those things you love to do. 20 years ago, I couldn't say that, but there's no excuse today. I mean, and man, go ahead, do your slides, because we're going to do something later. We're going to tell you. Last night, Mr. Delka in the morning are talking about businesses. And we actually Googled something. And we'll give you a little piece of it, okay? We Googled what the average McDonald's does, average Wendy's does, in business now. Average McDonald's, average Wendy's. I meant to go and Google the average traditional business does. But do you understand that we have people on this team right now that with a smartphone has built an annual business that does more business and revenue than the average McDonald's does right now?
Yes.
For 140. See, people don't understand what we're doing.
Woo.
Okay? You look at, I'm an ambassador. Okay? That means my business did $4 million. That's $50 million a year. With a smartphone. We got people who pay $1.5 million to $2 million for a McDonald's. And what was last night? They said the average
5.3 million a year.
A year. And they paid $1.5 million for the privilege. And there was one that did like 380-something thousand. Or $3 million for the year. Okay? You look at your business right now. Even if you were just a director, I apologize. You hit director. That's a significant business. You got a $15,000 a month business. That's a $200,000 a year business that you've created That's bigger than the average small business. You got a home-based business doing $200,000 a year. You created with a smartphone and made $149 decision to do it. And you got people that put $30,000 to $50,000 in a nail salon, a hair salon, a bakery shop, or whatever, all these traditional things out there. And women, and they got all that stress, all that overhead, all that bills, and their business don't do what your business, to what many of you right now have created in wealth business, because you are a director with a cell phone and $149.
Come on, man.
That's how powerful we have in our. That's how powerful this business model we have in our hands. And your business all over the world. Bob Practice a little while ago said, he says, I do business 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, all over the world. That's what we have in our hands. Back to you, sir.
Man, okay, I'm gonna jump back on the slide just for expedition, just to be expeditious. I'm gonna jump back on the slide here. All right, so all that fire I extrapolated from get in motion immediately, get your people in motion immediately. Everybody you sponsor knows someone, okay? Mr. Nate Hines says it. It's so funny. I repeat it accidentally. He said, everybody got 3 friends. I mean, even Forrest Gump had 3 friends, right? You know, Jane, Lieutenant Dan, Jenny,
and Jane and Lieutenant Dan.
There you go. There you go. Even Forrest Gump had 3 people who would listen to him. So, come on. Who do you know right now? Before you start making a list, get those people moving right now. They send that message out. Hey, I got something, Kevin. I got something I want you to look at. I'm going to text it to you, and I'll call you back in an hour. Great. Wandolin, I got something I want you to look at. I'm going to text it to you, and I'll call you back in an hour. Great. Roger, I got something I want you to look at. I'll text it over to you, and I'll follow within an hour. Great. Sherry, I should have called you first. My bad. I got something you got to take a look at. Matter of fact, look at it real fast, and I'm going to call you back in 30 minutes because I should have called you first. Right? And so do it just like that. All the people that's top of mind, the folks that you communicate with on a consistent basis, reach out to them first. Get in motion immediately. A lot of those people are going to, Sherry would have signed up with me when I first joined Wealth Builders. She said of her own opinion of herself, she would have joined with me. She didn't care what it was. She didn't watch the video. She said, Mike, what is it? And I told her, she said, how much it costs to join? I said, it's free. She said, sign me up. I waited 6 months to get her to sign up without watching the video because I was so stuck in my own head. I thought she was going to say no. Call your sphere of influence right now and get moving right now before you even make a list. Then make a list of everybody you know. Are y'all with me right now? Does this make sense? First guy I used to get training from my first company. Does this make sense? He said about 20 times with training. Does this make sense? Because it's real. I want to know, does this make sense? Call the people you know right now. There are folks on this call wondering why the business won't work. Oh my God, I got to stop the camera again. I am not going to get through this training. I'm too fired up. There are people on the call right now. If it's you, I want you to type me and be honest. There are people on this call right now who still haven't called everybody you personally know. Type me in the chat room if that's you. What's wrong with us? What is wrong with our minds that we won't even call everybody we personally know? I know why you have it. Here's one of your reasons. They ain't gonna do nothing. Oh, what's wrong with us, man? You gotta get out your own way. Go ahead, Mr.
There's another one. There are people on this call who haven't called everybody from the last opportunity because they're scared. They were mad at me the last time. So what? They're gonna be more mad at you if you don't tell them about this one and you're gonna make a fortune and go, oh yeah, you told me about the other thing, but you didn't tell me about this thing. Man, don't prejudge. Let the chips go where they go. Tell everybody.
Hey, Taurus Williamson said, I haven't called everybody I know because I just started. So Taurus, I'm not gonna let you off the hook. Let me tell you what Mr. Best taught me. Text everybody on your phone right now. Take a look at this video and I'll reach out to you as soon as I get a chance. You can literally contact everybody you know the first day you join. Because take your text message and just wear your little thumbs out. Oh, watch this video and I will reach back out to you as soon as I get a chance. I'm doing this is huge. oh my God, this is amazing. You gotta see this. Watch this video, and I'll call you back as soon as I get a chance. You're gonna have too many people to call back. They're gonna call you before you call them because you're gonna have text 300 or 400 people, everybody you know, day one. So even that is nice.
Look, he's put some how to get paid in Bitcoin. This is incredible. Watch this. The real money info. Wow. And that's it. Text everybody.
Everybody.
What do you mean? Okay, you text a few hundred people, you gonna have some call you back, say, man, what's this? Sign me up.
Come on.
You off and running and getting paid in 24 hours.
Sir.
Like Tanisha Glasser said, she made $1,000 before she ever knew what she was doing. When she was in. Okay? And I'm still trying to figure out what we with GS Partners. I don't want to tell how much money I done made in this thing. Okay? People call me every day and ask me some question, Mr. W. I still gotta go, man, I don't know. I mean, I hate to tell you, I feel so bad. Man, I'm trying to find out. I don't know. What do you know? I know how to pick up the phone, send somebody, say, man, here's my link. I ain't gonna tell you guys what my link is because some guest might be on the phone, try to go sign up. I don't want to steal nobody's group. But I'm saying that all day long. Roger made me an incredible business card. Just an incredible business card, man. I send everybody Roger. That's man, call Roger. I'm putting Roger in the business card business.
Roger made you cards and not me. It's on.
Let me gotta ask. You gotta ask.
Not me.
I got you, man. I gotta
ask.
Oh, did you throw him under the bus, Mr. Best? You threw him under the bus.
We got look. I love it because he did something I didn't even expect. He put my picture on the card. See, and that's important because I walk around all bummed out every day with sweatpants and a t-shirt. So he put that suited me on the car. So I said, that's me at work right there. I said, well, that's not me at work. That's me trying to impress. That's my impression clothes. But everything you need to know is right there on the card. Man, please. Okay? I had a guy call me and said, man, you gave me your card 2 days ago. I don't even remember. So I gave him a card Monday or Tuesday, not a few days ago. Monday or Tuesday, I gave him a card. Somewhere I was at a gas station, someone gave him a card. I said, I don't know. Okay? He went and signed himself up.
Before y'all ask Roger to make you some cards, he does do this for a living. I just want to put that out there. He is in the business and he will do it for you. Okay. Whew. Okay, so let me wrap this up. All right, so we're almost done.
Yeah, it's 10:30.
Almost done. I've used up my whole hour and a half already. I got 8 minutes, so we're almost done. Make a list of everybody you know after you call everybody you personally know. Then use a text blasting to speed up that process. Back to Taurus Williamson's point. Use your text blasting. He did that. Taurus did that already. Okay, and then here you go. Here's the process. Here's what you say when you're going through your list. Do you keep your income options open? Do you look for ways to make more money? Or I've got something you need to take a look at, and I'll reach back out to you as soon as I get a chance. Send them. Somebody asked it in the chat room. They asked what video to send. Arletta asked, what video do you send? Here it is, Arletta. It's in the slides. TheRealMoney.info or GoldStandardWebinar.com. I would strongly suggest you go watch them both to kind of get a variance because you'll have a couple of different types of people. Some may be a little more analytical. You definitely need to hit them with the GoldStandardWebinar.com. If it's somebody that's really a go-getter and they want the skinny, TheRealMoney.info. It's 11 minutes. And it just goes through all of them. We're about to do an update on that video as well. The reason why we use TheRealMoney.info, it keeps you as compliant as possible, and everybody's saying the same thing. It's a press play. And then the end of the presentation is this right here. Once you see that right there, what do? Duplicate. That's it. You just duplicate. Do this over and over and over and over again. Don't deviate. My gosh, I can't tell y'all how many people come to me and they start telling me, I'm not trying to be funny, I'm not trying to be arrogant, but they tell me what I'm doing wrong. Now, I'm serious. They tell me what I'm doing wrong. There were 4 ambassadors, I was one of them, and they tell me what I'm doing wrong. They didn't hit director, and they're telling me what I'm doing wrong. You need to spend more time training people on how to use the web wallet, Mike. That's the problem. People need to understand the web wallet. They don't like doing, this and that. They need to understand the web wallet. So many cuss words be coming up in my head when I have to sit there and deal with my time-based training of how to have skill with people. I just want to not have skill this one time. Y'all take a picture of this because I'm wrapping up now. I'm finished. Take a picture of that screen. I'm done. Like literally, I want to just scream and yell, but instead, Tyva's trained me to do this with my phone. When they're talking, I just go, okay. Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, okay. Okay. Now I know what they're about to say, but I sit there and I play nice because they don't know. They don't know what they don't know. And my Nate Hines was, they don't know what they don't know. And they call me and they tell me, what you need to do is, you need to do this. And what you're not doing in this, I'm like, okay. Uh-huh. They're not on any of the trainings, not on any of the power calls. How do you know? Because they call me during the power call. They call me during the training. Like, follow that system that I showed you tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and the sky's the limit. There's going to be some things along the way you've got to change about yourself. Read my second reading of Wave 3. You need to find some really good books. I got my Bible right here. Keep my Bible on my desk, right? You need to keep your Bible somewhere nearby because you might need to reread some stuff. You might lose your way every now and then. You might lose your way. And you need to get back and reread your Bible. The Dream Chasing Manifesto, for those of you who say that was kind of sacrilege, I'm a Bible reader. I know what I'm saying here. I'm a Bible reader. I'm not blaspheming. I'm just saying there's a network marketing Bible, and it's called the Dream Chasing Manifesto. And if you don't have a bunch of those books and have given them to your team, you're missing the point of this exercise. So there are things we need to change. I don't think I need to take any questions tonight. I feel just like in my spirit I've been extremely thorough. But we do lots of Q&As. We do Q&A after every presentation, every 12 noon and 9 p.m. Eastern. We do presentations. We do Q&A. So for the people that need to get your questions answered, come to one of the presentations and invite your guests. And then, seriously, go to WBW events and get tickets to this event. It's $20. $20. It's just $20. Dr. David Hollins, Dr. Rhonda Hollins is going to be there breaking down some of the complexities of what the regulators require from you through cryptocurrency. Dr. World-renowned Ron Mueller, PhD, Doctor, MBA, world-renowned author of Tax Success Strategies books, multiple, updates it every year. He's updated one for cryptocurrency. He's going to have the bulk of this training. Me and Mr. Best going to be there yelling and screaming like we do. But Dr. Miller and Dr. David and Dr. Rhonda are going to be there pouring out. You want to really understand this market? You need to be there. WBW Events with an S right there on the bottom of your screen.com. I don't even understand. We're going to sell more tickets. Listen to me. We're going to sell more tickets Friday than we did the whole 2.5 weeks leading up to the event. You know what that means? I learned this from Ty Best. You know what that means? You didn't promote it to your team. You just bought a ticket. Right? You didn't promote it to your team. You just bought a ticket. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your ticket tonight. We make it inexpensive, and it's inevitable. Every time people get on these events, especially the ones where Dr. David and Dr. Mueller are on, they say, I cannot believe this was $20. This is ridiculous. Why was this not $200? They always say, am I lying? Somebody tell me I'm lying. They always say, can't believe that was not $200 or $300, Mike. It's not right. I've had people tell me that folks didn't show up because it was only $20. They felt like it wasn't valuable. And I get that. My heart is locked into the field, and I don't want to create a financial burden because we're not doing this to make money. So we're making money through the business, right? This is to educate, inspire, and propel you forward in your business. So So that's it for me on my side tonight. I'm going to kick this over to our senior partner, Mr. Best, for final words, and we'll get you guys out of here too.
You know, I got a question. I'm throwing it back to you, Mr. Duck, because I'm glad you finished with the event, because I want to get back to you. And like you said, you didn't go to events. We're talking about what, 20 years almost?
Yeah,
1993 to 2013. Okay.
Well, no, I'm sorry. It was 1 year, 20 times.
Okay. One year experience, 20 times. Not 20 experience. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm saying that, because some of you still don't understand how important it is to get to events. This is an event. This is an online event. Okay. Now, we did that first event. I'll never forget that first Let's Go weekend in Atlanta. We had 400 plus people there. And I remember Mr. Delco saying this was his first event because he never been to a weekend event. So think about that. His first weekend event was when he hosted. He and the Monisha hosted. And we couldn't finish Friday night before people saying, when are we going to do it again? And I guess what I'm trying to say, if you can share with folks what a turning point that made in your life and in your business, just to put yourself in a room for a weekend, undivided attention and focus. If you can add anything to that, this is our version of an event. This is just 3 hours. But it's critical because it feeds belief. So you want to add anything to that? And I'm gonna end with a story for you guys. But Mr. Doug, I guess I want you to comment on what difference you think that made in your life and in your business over the last 7 years.
It's like you just did like setting a softball on a tee, like the little kids that play t-ball, and gave me a big, gigantic Louisville Slugger bat. That's so easy to knock over the fence. I was already free when we did our first event. I went from free to rich because of that event. That's just the truth. There you go.
And folks, the story I heard that I'd like to share with you was, I know Tanisha Glassman, she likes Bob Chris stuff, and she's ordered some of the stuff from Bob Chris. And Bob Chris tells this story about how the first time he heard about a weekend event, his dad, Mr. Delp, was at, this back in the 70s. And he said, I'm not going to spend my money, my time, flying from Oklahoma to North Carolina to hear a bunch of folks go across stage and blah, 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 blah. He didn't do it. But the next year when they had the same event, he decided to go. He figured not paying that $500, $600 that time to go to the event cost him $1 million.
Easy.
Cost him $1 million because he literally, within 2 years of that event, 3 years of that event, became a millionaire in the business. Because wasn't that the information? His picture of the business, no matter what we say, your vision expands the more you plug in, the more you, just like seeing, 400 people in this call, your vision for the new person go, wow, their vision expands. When you walk into a room, your vision expands. His vision expanded, and then literally he realized not going to that event cost him easily $1 million. He's just one of many millions I've met over my time in this industry who said, not being at an event cost him $1 million. You may not become a millionaire 2 years later like he did, but whatever time you do get success, the event's going to speed that up for you. That's the point of the event. It's going to speed it up for you. It's going to speed up your success, going to speed up your belief. And so every time you plug in, man, it makes all the difference in the world of what you're doing. Okay? And this is not a weekend one, but every event your team call. And Mr. Ducker made one other important point. If you don't buy your ticket to Friday, that means you haven't promoted anybody. The most important thing you do right now with this event is to make sure that everybody take a picture of that, get the flyer, and text out to everybody, even the people sitting on the fence who never bought a package. Oh, and with that in mind, people say, how do you get a person to buy a package? How do you sell a package to a person? I said, I don't. I said, I get them on the power call, and they decide to buy a package. I get them to an event, they decide to buy a package. I don't call them and say, look, you haven't got your package yet. This is what you got to do. I don't do that. I said, man, 10:45, build a power call. When they go to power call and they hear enough people being recognized, they hear enough people saying, I just got my package, I got my BAM, I got my PAM, I did this, I smashed that button. People will start to duplicate what they hear other people do.
That's it.
You don't have to sell them a package. So anyway, and with that in mind, the last thing I say is don't be afraid to say, I don't know. I know, you hear me say it all the time. Don't be afraid. Why did I say I don't know? I'm trying to teach you something. It's not necessary for you to become a genius in this thing to start your business. You text everybody and they start calling you, ask you a question. That's a great question. I don't know. And you get somebody on the phone that does. Or, smarter thing to do is say, that's a great question. Come to the 9 o'clock presentation on Monday night, man. There'll be somebody that can answer that question for you. And most of the time, not every time, we do answer questions. There you go. Okay.
I want y'all
God
to
bless.
I want y'all to look at that flyer and to kind of stare at it. And I hope what you see the most is those two. I mean, I see those two real handsome dressed gentlemen right there in leadership well builders. But I hope what you see the most is those two arms breaking that chain. Like, this is a Freedom Summit. We've never done one of these. This is like a kind of a brand. I'm trying to brand it, but we don't have our Let's Go weekends. And I've often wondered, like me and Mo talked about this before we did this flyer, like, what is our online event? One time we call it Wealth Builders Online. It's not who we are. It's a Freedom Summit. It's an online event that's tailored to driving into your mind words of freedom. Dr. Mueller's going to do his part. That's an awesome gentleman. This is what I love about Dr. Mueller. Besides, he's just brilliant. Besides his brilliance, he's one of the top producers on our team. He's in the business.
Right.
Like, you hear these folks that sell books and stuff, you know, he'll have some material there that you can buy, and it's very valuable. And he'll make those offers for himself. But I got to say this about this man. He's not just coming in the Well Builders to sell us some books. I mean, you don't make money on books, guys. You know, you got to really, it's the best book. He probably is paying us to take the book. I mean, and once he sends it, he throw a bunch of stuff in the books. Y'all have gotten his book. But Dr. Mueller, he truly is running some stuff. He's hitting ranks and he's hitting Blockstar and he's doing it. He's in Wealth Builders and he's in GS Partners. He's the real deal. So, you know, they're like, we got to do this for Wealth Builders. And Dr. David, high-end earner in Wealth Builders, he's killing it. He and Dr. Rhonda, hitting the top ranks, hitting the Blockstar and Supreme. He's doing it. These are the people I want to let you. I love Les Brown. I love me some Les Brown. Tony Robbins, these people are awesome. I love them. They're great. I love Eric Worre. None of them are in GS Partners. These people on this flyer, they're in the deal you running after. Yeah. For $20.
One other thing about Dr. Mueller is one of the few people on the planet who can talk about taxes in a language you can understand.
Exactly.
Certain people got a gift of communication on their subject, their expertise. He can actually talk to you about taxes when you go, I got that. I understand that. I understand why I should do that. And you see enough of Dr. Rhonda and Dr. David Hollis to know the professionalism they bring to everything we do. You'll see them tomorrow morning at 10:45.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we're going to tell you. So,
And to speak for the two handsome guys in the front right there, I'm going to be talking about the numbers. I'm going to do my mortgage banker impression. I'm going to be talking about the numbers, real systematic, how to hit those ranks. And rank is bank here. And Mr. Bett's going to be talking about the mindset to hit those ranks because they go hand in hand. It's not enough to know the numbers. You got to have the mindset behind it. So it's going to be an extraordinary day on Saturday. It's actually 4 hours because I need a little more time for Dr. David and Dr. Ron Mueller. So that's it, guys. Everybody have a phenomenal night. Thank you all for being patient. We try to keep this to an hour and a half. I went over about 8 minutes, but it's all love, though, because we had a lot to talk about tonight. Everybody have a great evening, and we will see you. You know how I say it. We'll see you on the white sandy beaches of the world. And I'm going to end this stream tonight with what I started it with. Everybody watch these images. Get this in your spirit, and let's go.
ow.
Oh.